In a world of rat and ruin, dear, you're my shelter in the glow. With your pit boy on your wrist, my love.
Welcome back to the Dusty Signal, my little wasteland wanderers. The fire is already roaring. So, pull up a comfy seat and set your ears right. Because on today's tape, Ol' Nate shows a side we ain't seen yet. And sugar, Nate blurts out a tale that you may have to listen to twice in this one. Something I guarantee you've never heard before. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm just too darn excited for you to hear today's tape. This tape closes out day one for him. And sugar, I reckon one day has never been so full of heartbreak, fury, and sheer stubborn survival for any one man in the history of the Commonwealth. He's watched bombs drop, been frozen, seen his wife murdered, his child taken, found out the world ended, and is scared there might be 8-foot-tall irradiated spiders. Sugar, that's a full day for anyone. Let's hear how he closes it out, shall we? Tape 4 is now rolling.
October 23rd, 2287. Log 004. It's the end of day one. I made my way down the path toward Sanctuary Hills just as the sun was setting behind me. Halfway down the hill, I just stopped. The heaviness of it all just settled in. I stood there for a few minutes. Our neighborhood, it's in ruins. The house, our house, is still there, barely. Twisted siding, half the roof collapsed, dead trees and shrubbery, everything broken and destroyed. There was no need to rush down there. It was clear that nothing was left to rush down to. No, that wasn't exactly true. There was someone, well, something waiting for me down there. Codsworth. He was still there, still operational, still trying to make believe everything was the same, that nothing had changed. He was trimming a dead hedge in front of our home when I walked up to him. I asked him why he didn't look for us. Why didn't he help? He said he waited, said he pinged Vault 111 every day, but never got a reply. So he kept trying. Every day? For 210 years? Maybe. I should be mad. I mean, he could have done more. He should have done more. But mostly, I'm just tired. Besides, what could he actually have done anyway? I dropped it and walked into our home. Inside was a mess, but somehow also organized, tidy. The windows were all broken out. There was a huge hole in the roof, but the countertops were clean. Hell, even the silverware was neatly placed in the drawer. My Grognak the Barbarian comic was on the counter, right where I'd left it before the bombs fell. Go figure. Even in an apocalypse, Codsworth was holding on to as much normal as he could. Alone. 210 years. Alone. That seems like more than enough punishment for me thinking he didn't do enough. He just kept doing what he could. And I suppose that's all we can do. Keep moving. Keep living. You can't control what happens to you in life. You can only control how you react to what happens. As a special operator, I was trained to accept reality for what it is in the moment. Then act. Overcome it. No questioning, no trying to make sense of it. Just action. Hesitation will get you or a teammate killed. During training, we were constantly put in situations beyond our understanding of reality. Each situation designed to push those limits a little further. I remember one exercise that really drove this point home. We were conducting small group urban warfighter tactics. I was on point, leading my team through a building clearing exercise. We'd already cleared the first 2 floors. I kicked open a door on the 3rd floor, and there, in the middle of a room full of creepy porcelain dolls, was a werewolf with a machine gun. Yep, a goddamn werewolf, standing right in the middle of a room full of creepy porcelain dolls, holding a machine gun pointed right at me and my team. I stopped. I hesitated. I laughed. I confused my team. I was just trying to make sense of what I was seeing, make sense out of the absurdity. Then, that machine gun roared to life and lit us up before any of us could react. Me, Jax, and Delacruz, killed because of my inaction, my indecision. Lucky for us, that machine gun was firing rubber bullets, because in the real world, mistakes like that are permanent. The rest of my team, wounded, with one, Ramirez, my friend, captured. They tortured him that night. He had to endure hours of very real torture, and we had to listen to it. That was on me. That should have been me, not him. I failed myself and my team. You simply can't afford to reason why there's a werewolf holding a machine gun. You just have to react. Take all available information in, make a split-second decision, and act on it. No questions, no hesitation. Good, bad, or indifferent. You make a call and act. Period. After the threat is neutralized, you can come to terms with the fact that there was a werewolf in the first place. But your new reality is, werewolves are real, and they carry weapons. Why is of no consequence. Only this new reality matters. You act, overcome, adapt, and you stay alive. That was a crazy and valuable lesson. A mistake I will never make again. This new world has giant bugs, giant mole rats, crazy people that want to do me harm, and who knows what else is out there waiting. I've already spent too much time trying to figure out how we got here. That's for some other time. Maybe after I find my son, Shaun. Right now, I don't care if Santa Claus himself is 20 feet tall and carrying a mini-nuke. I'm taking him down. Nothing else matters but finding my son. I made my way down the hall to Shaun's room, to his crib. It was still there, burned, broken, and bent, but upright. His blanket was mostly ash, but a piece of it, just the corner, was still intact. It still had that little rocket logo stitched on it. I picked it up. I didn't even realize I was crying until I wiped my face. I'm coming, buddy. I put that little piece of hope in my pocket. As I looked down to gather my thoughts, on the floor, I found his favorite Your Special book. I couldn't pick that up, though. Partly because my sanity wouldn't let me, and partly because I was too afraid it would fall apart. I couldn't handle it if that book fell apart. I'm barely hanging on as it is. Nora and I used to read it to him every night. Used to. I left the book where it was. I walked into our bedroom. Didn't stay long. Nora's dresser was crushed under a support beam. One of her shirts, a green one with embroidery on the collar, was draped over the edge, ragged and singed, but I could still see it. Nora was the only woman that truly got me, that really understood me. She knew about my rocky past, my troubled upbringing. She knew my parents couldn't have cared less about me, the anchor that kept them from achieving their dreams, a fact they were all too happy to tell me every single day. She knew I ran away from home at 13, joined the army at 17. She didn't judge me, never pressed me. To her, our pasts didn't matter. Only our future did. She knew everything about me. No, that's not true. She knew I was a soldier, but she didn't know I'd been recruited into a deep cover special operations unit. I hated lying to her, but her and Shaun's safety was at stake. Maybe that's why she was killed and Shaun was taken? My team and I were investigating big tech companies, including Vault-Tec, when the bombs fell. Maybe we got too close. Maybe my cover was blown. I was lost in my thoughts, staring down a rabbit hole I didn't have time for, when Codsworth's buzzsaw whirred outside the bedroom window. I needed to move. So when he asked for help clearing the remaining houses of bloatflies, I didn't hesitate. I needed something to kill. Codsworth took out 3 before I even rounded the corner. He might be of some use after all. I took out the remaining ones with a few shots from the pipe pistol. It only lasted a few minutes, but it was just what I needed to get my mind back. I spent the rest of the day cleaning up, found a couple safes. One house with yellow siding, second from the corner, had a trap wired to the lock. Tension trigger. Rookie setup. Wire was completely exposed. Sloppy work. I cut the line with a small knife from the kitchen, cracked the safe and found some pre-war money, a small pistol, and a watch. Couple houses east of mine, I found a small homemade fallout shelter hidden behind a blue house. This place, Sanctuary Hills, it's not my home anymore. But I'm going to rest here tonight, in the cellar. I'm just too tired to do anything else. Probably too wired to sleep, but I have to try. I'm no good to Shaun if I'm not thinking straight. Fact is, home's gone. Nora's gone. But Shaun's out there, somewhere. And I'm still breathing. That's enough for now. Codsworth told me there were people in Concord. I'm heading that way tomorrow. It's time I start getting some answers about my son.
Whew, I'll be honest, Sugar. I don't even know where to start. Our boy Nate had himself one hell of a first day, didn't he? Why, I reckon he'd had a harder day than a one-legged Brahmin on skates. Nate kind of uncorked, and things just started to flow out. Makes sense, really. He'd been holding in so much for so long, after all. I suppose it has to come out one way or the other. There he was, standing on the hill, looking at his old neighborhood when it all became real, all at once. Meanwhile, his old house robot was trying to hold life together too. That didn't go unnoticed by Nate. He had his own troubles, and many people would have taken it all out on Codsworth if they were in that position. But Nate, he felt sorry for him. That says something, Sugar. You can't control what happens to you in life, only how you react to what happens. That's powerful stuff right there. Didn't know our boy was a philosopher. That's a side we hadn't seen yet. Well, then he just casually rolls out a werewolf story. Like that's just a thing that happens. And Sugar, the way he tells it, so matter of fact, so completely unbothered. That's when I knew exactly what kind of man Nate Campbell really is. But it's a moment he cannot forget. A moment he can't forgive himself for. I've got moments like that. We all do, don't we, Sugar? Times in our life that we wish we could go back and do over. Make a different decision. But there's no reload in life. So you just try to do better today than you did yesterday. And that is exactly what Nate's doing. Or trying to do, at least. That moment made him a better leader, a better warrior, and probably a better husband. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready, though. And I don't think he was ready to go back to Shaun's room. To his crib. That moment hit me. Real hard, my little devils. Hearing him whisper, "I'm coming, buddy." Well, my eyes almost sprung a leak. He knows how close to the edge he's standing. Maybe you are there yourself. standing on the edge, staring into the darkness, reliving your mistakes. Well, sugar, if that's you, then be like Nate and step back and find the light, whatever that is for you. Hopefully, the signal shines bright enough. Usually, it's the little things in life. For Nate, it was something to kill. I wouldn't recommend that choice, unless you can find some bloat flies. Seriously though, just breathing is enough. May you always find the light in the dark. Stay close to the signal. Stay alive. Stay strange. Dusty, out.
Stay close, my vault dweller. Don't roam too far from me. With you I build our paradise beneath the desert sea. Oh my Calvin, you made my heart far away.
This is Garrett Klein, the one-man creative force behind the Dusty Signal podcast and the solo creator for Classic Me Studio. The Dusty Signal is a fan fiction audio drama that's set in the Fallout 4 universe. Fallout and all related properties are owned by Bethesda Game Studios and no copyright infringement is intended. This is and always will be a free non-commercial production. Created, written, and produced by Garrett Klein for Classic Me Studio. Voices were created using 11 Labs AI voice technology. Original song, Vaulted Heart, was created using 11 Labs music generation software. Sound design from Audio Hero, 11 Labs, and My Imagination. Genuinely thank you for listening, and I hope you're enjoying it.